Greetings back again, guys, and welcome back to Globbits Gaming Channel. Right, what I'm going to do for you today is I'm going to show you a team battle from, well, Team GLOBS versus Team HLS. PHLS. Don't know what it stands for, but big shout out to those boys. They gave us a good run for our money on this one. Right, we try and bring it to you from multiple perspectives. Now, there's a dual reason why I'm doing this. To provide content for you guys, the loyal subscribers, and also to let the guys who played in the team game have a look at their own performance from my perspective, their perspective, you know, basically review what we did. This was one of our more successful games. Now, Grojan's in charge of this one. He is the clan tank commander, or team commander as it were. I'm trying my best to stop taking over from him. Basically, what we've decided to do, the team, according to XVM, aren't exactly great. They've got two quite slow German tanks, a tank destroyer, an IS-3 and an AMX 5100. So Q decides we're going to try and take the hill with our IS-3s and keep the Tiger II back, deploy a T1 to where the map's flashing now, and a T1 to E1. So let's just have a look and see how the initial deployment. Now I've started quite forward, so I think we can make the hill. The 5100, by the time he makes the hill, won't actually be loaded, so we doubted that he would actually be there. The Tigers definitely will not beat an IS-3, even if they're starting from the south, and I fully expected the ISU 152 to be down in K4, K5, sniping the 4-5 line. So decided, let's get up there, see what happens, and go from there. Now our T1s are dispersing quite nicely. We have actually been doing some team training sessions in T1s, looking for prominent snurgling bushes. Use of T1s in team battles, basically they go where the heavies don't. Maps are quite big, you can't get everywhere. If you spread out you're going to die. So you use T1s basically to plug the gaps, give you some information and vision, and hopefully, if they survive long enough, cap for you. Now that was a mistake from Q there, knocking the trees over, but not a problem. We managed to make the hill. Now I've decided to stay at this corner. We've not met anybody yet, but there's the 5100. Our T1 spots him. Yeah, so we know where the 5100 is. Now that's good. We know he's there, and here come the Tiger IIs. Now I can't see them, but I'm proxy spotted. All right, so they know I'm here. So they know we've taken the hill. So I'm just gonna have a little bit of a peekaboo. See what I can see. Now Q's decided to have a peek over there and have a look, see what he can see, along with T Demon. Now he's taking a hit there. Now I was quite surprised he actually took that hit. I don't understand how that actually happens. Let's just cross over to Q, from Q's perspective, alright, and see how he managed to get seen there. Basically what he did is he spotted the IS-3 in J6 and the ISU, but he only took 300 damage. Let's go and have a look at Q's perspective. Alright then, so let's have a look from Q's perspective. He's running premium consumables, which isn't a requirement in our games, but it's nice that he does. He's got an 11.22 second reload. I'm not 100% on his crew stats. I don't think he's got brothers in arms. That's what difference brothers in arms make. Now I think, how does he get spotted here? So he nips through the bush, pulls out here. Okay, I think what happened here is that IS-3 is in that bush there where the aiming circle is there. I think when Q came up, he could see him there. I think in future it would be better just to hug the cliffs than go that way. Let's just see what happens. Aiming, bang, yeah, exactly. And lucky I bounced from the ISU 152 there. So they've got him pegged. He's pegged. Okay, so wisely he backs off, and there's me having a look just to come and see if I can help him. Now again, popping up from the same location, he's seen again. He's got to be spotted. Yeah, the IS-3 fires. Oh, a big hit from the ISU 152 there. Okay, they know he's here now. He's going to have massive issues. I'm not really getting pressured by these Tiger IIs. However, I have got sort of a problem with the ISU 152 being there and that 5100. At the moment, there's a bit of a battle going on with the T1s in C8. Q's now he's dropped off the radar. They don't know Q's here. So that's quite handy for him, but he's not providing us any vision. And as soon as he shoots, unfortunately he managed to bounce the shot, but as soon as he fires he gets shot back at by the IS-3. So he's in a bit of a tight predicament now. Now what I do now is I ask him to reinforce at the moment. I don't really need vision down that side of the map as yet. So basically he comes back to join me. So, back to my perspective then. Alright then, so back to my perspective. We understand why Q took a massive hit. Not a massive issue, easy mistake to make. We'll learn from that next time. Now, I'm tanking this corner. I've got massive issues with that 5100 being over there. I really don't like that guy. Now this Tiger, that guy's stock. I can tell by his health bar that he's stock. I always have the numbers rather than percentages. Bit of a tip from the top there, guys. If any of you are playing the serious games, make sure you have the health numbers rather than the percentages, because you need to know if you can one-shot people. Now I noticed this T1's making a little bit of a run here. Now this is where the old Russian accuracy comes in. Yeah, I'll lay claim to that one. RNG, it was intended, however, when it works, it works. When it doesn't, it's only a couple of thousand credits. So, I've got my T1 still giving me vision on the island in E1. My two little T1s over there are battling out with each other. Who's that over there? Sue's giving the other T1 a bit of a kicking, and we're just waiting. Now, this is the thing I've noticed about team games. It's a lot different pace to what you'll be used to in your random battles. It's a lot more sedate, it's a lot more tactical. Excuse me. It's a lot more tactical, and it's all about information and working as a team, hence the game team battles. If you've got five heavy tanks with a random shot there just to see if I could actually hit the 5100 there, you have to work as a team, and we've been working a lot on this in training rooms. Now we don't take training rooms too seriously. I didn't make this clan to try and, make things like ultra serious and ultra light, must do this, that here, be here at this time, etc, etc. What we do like to do is have a look at tactics and focusing fire. So basically, as many guns as possible at whittling down an enemy tank until it's dead. Because a tank on 1 health can still do just as much damage as a tank on 100 health or full health. So what we try and aim to do is trying to kill an enemy till he's dead, if that makes sense. Now TDM was battling out with the IS-3 over there. I'm constantly swinging my turret around, having a look. I'm constantly spotted, but the team don't know where my Tiger 2 is at the moment, as far as I know. If I was a little bit taller, I'd try and get some shots through here. I try a lot to try and get shots through here. If you're in a Tiger 2, guys, you might have options there. If a Tiger 2 gets here, you might have options over those rocks. Anyway, I'm starting to have a look, starting to have a bit of a look, see what's happening. I'm constantly spotted, and I'm fully aware of that. Now, I was wondering if I should go around and have a jink, but think about it. I've got 2 Tiger 2s looking at me. They're all aiming at the rock for me to come round. There's an ISU in the background, and there's a MX 5100 over there. So to go around there would be absolutely stupid. And you want to try and use the enemy's patience against them. Now, I take a hit, and I get tracked. Now, I know that was the auto-loader, and I can't afford to stay there. Now, Tiger 2s are getting brave. Blow his tracks off, allow my team to focus him down as much as they can until his tracks repair. Unfortunately, don't manage to get a shot in, but that was 1,000 health off a fully upgraded Tiger 2. That's not a bad exchange. That, for me, is a good exchange. It's all about exchanging health in these games. For me, you want to try your best to stop taking as much damage, stop taking any damage, and do as much damage as you can. Your health is a trade tool as far as I'm concerned. You need to trade health. Oh, beautiful. Now, my T1, absolute legend T1's redeployed from E1 over to the island again, because we need vision on this AMX 5100. Now, he's pinned behind that rock. He is in a whole world of pain. Now, I didn't really want the T1 to get spotted at this stage because we need him. Unfortunately, that was an unlucky miss. It was a badly aimed shot. But the 5100, I don't know if he's reloading or not. We don't know how many shots he's fired. But we just want to keep him there, keep him pinned. And unfortunately, he spots the AMX 5100. Now, we're in a bit of a predicament here. For the simple reason is we're flanked. We're held in place by the Tiger 2s, the IS-3 and the ISU. And now everything's gone dark. Now this is when I start to twitch. So what I basically do is I redeploy my Super Pershing. Skippy. Alright, I redeploy my Super Pershing. Alright, to go and have a bit of a look-see and see if he can dig out that AMX 1500. I need vision. Now my Tiger 2 is a bit slower than, well, it's not as slow, but he's more useful here with the more gun depression, the more effective cannon. So I decided to send the Super Pershing back. So let's have a look and see how he gets on in a minute. I'll cut to his replay in a minute. So we're tanking, we haven't got any vision, okay, we're blind as it were. We don't know what's happening, and information is key, alright? Tiger 2s are going to sit there, that's great, we've already assessed they're going to sit there. 4 minutes left in the game. So I send the guys back up to have another peek. The thing with Q at this point here, I don't know if he was proxy spotted, but he dies again. He dies there from that IS-3. I'd have to have a look through the replay again. I don't think that position's viable in future in a heavy. No idea how he managed to get hit. So I'm taking bounces from the 5100. So he's moved into a position where he can get shots on me. So that rock, he's either side of that rock. So I take a quick snapshot, see what happens. He took out my driver, so he can hit my hull from there. And then the ISU takes a big chunk out my Tiger 2. So there's my AMX 5100. Skippy, I don't know where the hell that round went, but it didn't hit him. And this is what we mean by focusing fire. So let's see that bit from Skippy's perspective. Okay, so let's see that section from Skippy's perspective. Now, he's in a Pershing, or a Super Pershing, and to be perfectly honest with you, he's having issues with this tank in team games. Basically, it's not an ideal tank. Now, what he's been doing for this entire time, while I've been sat up by that rock up there, trying to make myself look badass and failing miserably, he's been taking pot shots at the ISU 152's previous known location. He's been keeping these Tigers pinned, using his turret armour, and he's basically been providing vision, as well as proxy spotting stuff. So it's been useful. Now we are finding in some team games, we're no professional team by any way, shape or form, not in any slice of the pie, whichever way you look at it. But we always try and play to win, and until Skippy gets himself a proper tank, we have to make do with the Super Pershing, even though he does do it quite well in it. He does do quite well. The only thing that lets him down is the gun. The armour's okay, mobility's not great. It's not ideal, but we'll get there. He's slowly working towards his IS-3, and as this video goes out, he's not far off. So, we're on Teamspeak, and I tell him, basically, Skippy, I need you to redeploy. You've taken a hit. Sorry, he hasn't taken a hit yet, but I want him to redeploy. Basically, all I want is vision, because the map's gone dark. And this is where, I believe, personally, you're going to start losing games. If the team can outmaneuver you. Now, this particular team, they're not sticking together very well. They've got an IS-3 base camping. Now, personally, I would put the stock Tiger 2 back there, just in hindsight, 2020 that is, and have their IS-3 up where the Tigers are, where their armour's going to actually count. So he makes himself good progress, using the low ground, which is tactically efficient, from what he knows of the last known position, the AMX 5100. Basically, all we need from him is vision. Now, he's got to be very, very, very careful here, because that 5100 could potentially wreck his tank if he's not careful. He's got to take this really, really carefully. Super Pershing. Now, I've heard a lot of things about the Super Pershing. Now, me personally, I don't particularly like. I didn't like the Pershing, and I certainly don't like this thing. I'm all for mobility. But if you get used to a tank for long enough, now there he is. Look, sat back. Bang! Oh, I went for the track shot as well. That's something else we've been working on. Track shots. Denying the enemy's mobility. So, Skippy puts one into the 5100. Fantastic. Okay, so now he uses initiative now, because I haven't told him anything here. Alright, at this stage, I didn't tell him anything. We're slowly taking chunks out of those Tigers. We'll go back to that side of the map in a minute. He uses initiative. He knows the ISU 152 is down in K5. So, he goes flanking in a Super Pershing. Oh, hang on, flanking fire. Can we hit these Tigers from here? ISU's getting interested in him. That was a third person shot. I would have liked that to have been done in sniper view, but never mind. Yep, third person will do if you can hit them. Now the Tiger 2s have turned their guns and decide to back away. Now this is interesting. Deciding to back away because they know they've been flanked. Skippy carries on with the mission. Yeah, he has an idea and sticks to it. Carries on with the mission. So what we've basically done is we've disrupted the Tiger 2 with the flanking manoeuvre. Did you notice the IS-3's moved as well? Yeah, he's gone from his position. Now it gives us options now. It gives us heavies on the hill options. Now this is where, up on the hill, you see where Skippy's looking there. I decided to do something a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. In fact, it was a lot crazy. However, it ain't crazy if it works. So let's see that from my perspective. Alright then. My perspective. Now, when we take out this 5100, at no point did I tell Skippy to do this. And this is one thing I'm liking with the development with the team. I'm slowly noticing that they're starting to just do things without needing to be told, without needing to be guided. What's coming up now is an example of this. Basically, we're 3 minutes in. If we're going to cap, it's going to take 1.5 minutes minimum, okay, with one tank. We've got to do something, and I don't like draws. I'd rather die and lose trying, alright, than sit here and wait for a draw. Now, notice the Tiger 2s have turned their guns. Now it's time to go around now. I aimed that from third person perspective. Yeah, bad idea. T-Demon there managed to splat one of them into his lower place. Now, the Tigers have got a bit of a bullet on the go now. They're flanked, they're panicking. Now, I decided to do something now. We've got an ISU in depth down the back end there, just literally using his BL-10 and just absolutely waiting for us to make a mistake. So, it's 2.5 minutes to go. It's time to grow a pair and it's time to do something. Now, this is where the team are actually just being absolute credits to themselves by picking things up. All I said here was I'm going to do something stupid. Push, push, push. All I said was push, push, push. Now, I decided to be a bit daft, to try and get behind these guys, look at where I'm going, try and take out as much health as I can. And without teamwork, I would have died here quite easily. They managed to take a shot, and I kept that house between me and the dangerous enemies. At the same time, Skippy's flanking. Yeah, nobody had to say anything other than push, push, push. Alright, and that for me is part of the evolution of the team. Yeah, and it's looking really good so far. I mean, don't get me wrong, there will be some better players out there, or even in the comments that are saying, oh, you guys made loads of new mistakes. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, but coming from a bunch of guys that all they've ever played is randoms, I'm liking the progress. Now, we're putting effective fire into these guys. I'm telling them to shoot the ISU 152 to focus him down, because he's the one staring at me with BL-10, and I can't afford to get shot. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for my team. Skippy's flanking around the back in his T26E4, and I've got T-Demon and the Tiger 2, who's driving the Tiger 2? Max. Okay, Max is driving his Tiger 2. Take it from IS3, and basically this is all she wrote. That was a cracking game as far as teamwork's concerned, and a win's a win. So, GG Globs. So I'm not going to bother. I'm going to go back to garage on this one. I'm going to go back to garage. Alright guys, so in conclusion then, hope you enjoyed that. I thought that was a really good victory from us. In the early days of team battles and organisation, I thought that was a really good game. Now, just to put it into perspective, I'm just going to go into my service record now. I got told this by one of my guys, Miles Dyson, who is basically, I think he's 14. You can actually go and look at your team battle ratios and your results. You just click this bar down here, battle mode. You can either look at randoms and tank companies, or you can look at your team games. Now, I have only played team games on this account with the GLOBS clan, and we have a 65.38% win ratio. For a clan made up of guys that are not exactly fantastic, you know, none of us are unicums, none of us are even above average. I include myself in that statement. Okay, we're not doing too bad at all. 65% win ratio, so that's a shout out to the GLOBS clan. Okay, 65% in team games. I'm massively impressed. They do play games without me if I'm not around, but from what they're telling me, we're getting this kind of results, which is really good. However, I only seem to survive 43% of the time, so may have to work on my survivability. But when you're in an IS3, that's what's going to happen. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that, guys. Hope the guys in the game actually got some use out of it. I will try and bring some live games in with live commentary, so you can actually hear what's happening over the battle chat. Is that something you guys would be interested in? If so, let me know in the comments below, and I shall tell you. I shall try my best. I'll tell you. What am I going to tell you? I'll try and make it best to get some live games for you. Obviously, as a caveat to that, there may be some foul language. Goes without saying, but we'll put that in a warning in the video description. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Big shout out to all the Globs. Yeah, massively proud of the guys so far. Yeah, the team's going really well. The training's going really well. Keep it up, guys. And back with more replays in a short while, guys. I've got a couple of good Corker replays coming up. And I hope to see you next time. Bye now.